Hello, 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 lovelies. Okay, so before I start today's message, I have to say a special thank you to two people because they kind of drove this message in my heart. The first person is a sister and a friend. I can call her Lorella, I can call her Ella. She's the founder or the vision bearer of Circle of Love and the founder and CEO of Bella Grace Event Planning. So if you need her services, I promise you, reach out to me and I will definitely link you up. She is one of the best I have come across. She's very meticulous about the things she does. She's very, very detailed and organized. So you would love her services. All right, the second person, again, is a brother, a friend, a mentor, and in fact, I call him my boss, Evans. Thank you both for driving this message to my heart. Anyway, so today we're talking about procrastination. Procrastination. The Bible says, do not boast about tomorrow because you do not know what a day brings. Yes. What does that entail? The Bible is trying to teach us, or God is trying to teach us to live in the moment, to live in today, to live in the present. Don't worry about tomorrow because tomorrow has its own troubles. So stay in today. Deal with what you're seeing in front of you. Now, I have been struggling with this since 2021. And that was at the onset or the birth of Circle of Love. So procrastination is one of those things where I wrote down and I said, this is one of the things I'm going to be working on. We had to write down 5 different things. 4 of them, I think I've done good with those. But you see this procrastination, this thing has been hounding me, and we are now, 4 years in, and I'm still working on it. I am better. I'm better at it, but I'm not where I need to be. I'm still a long way away from where I need to be. But anyway, we need to learn to start living in the moment and not procrastinate. I'm going to give you a couple of scenarios. So you're scheduled to be somewhere at 2 o'clock, and this is something that's very important to you, right? True fashion. We want to leave. The place is, we've looked it up. The place is 30 minutes away. True fashion. You give yourself 5 extra minutes and you say, okay, I'm going to leave at 1:25. So I've given myself 5 extra minutes. In all fairness, you're late. You're late. Because now you left at 1:25 and you had all morning doing nothing, just procrastinating. You leave at 1:25 because after all, you're supposed to be there at 2. You get out, you head out, and you're driving. In the middle of the road, there's an accident. Traffic is building up, and then you're in that traffic for 20 minutes. Guess what? Now you're 15 minutes late to that appointment, and your appointment is canceled. So you've missed out on a very, very important opportunity. Look at this other one. So my sister offends me, and I'm angry, and I haven't forgiven her. My sister is carrying on about her day, not even knowing that she offended me, but I'm bitter in my heart. I'm angry. Instead of reaching out to my sister and saying, let's talk about this so I can let it go, so I can forgive, so I can free myself, no, I start saying, okay, I'll call her tomorrow. I don't want to call today. I'll call tomorrow. God forbid, by the time I wake up in the morning, I'm receiving a message that says my sister passed. And now she passed. And the last thing I know about my sister is that I was mad at her and I had not forgiven her for something that she did. And I could have called her yesterday so we can squash it. Then I have to live with that uncertainty and that unrest in my spirit because she is gone and I'm carrying this unforgiveness in my heart. We miss out on time. We miss out on plenty of opportunities. We miss out on living in the present and just accomplishing things in the present and feeling, great about ourselves when we procrastinate. So this is a very important aspect of life that we need to work on and solidify. There are some things that have helped me so far with this journey of, working on procrastination. Like I told you, I am not an expert at it. I'm not even where I need to be. But I promise you, I'm not where I was in 2021 when I made up my mind to start working on it. One of the things that I do is find accountability partners. And you can tell from the first video I posted in January, I made all of you my accountability partners. I said I will post out a video at least once a week. So I made all of you my accountability partners. I like to, and I love to, and I strive to honor my word. So when I put it out, I try to honor it. And that's one of the things that is keeping me grounded. Right now, sitting here making this video, is thinking of the fact that I put my word out there that I'll put out a video at least once a week. Now you all are my accountability partners. And when each time I give my word, I try to make sure that I do the things that I promised to do within the time frame that I said I was going to do it. Secondly, I take big projects or big things, because one of the things that just makes me procrastinate is when I look at a thing and I say, this is too much. So what I do is I take it and I break it down into small pieces. I break it into smaller objectives. I'm a stickler for time frame. I love to do things at the last minute. That's why I gave the example of having to be somewhere at a certain time. I love last minute. Deadlines. Let me tell you, my job requires that I submit my notes within a 48-hour time frame, okay? See, if I don't see that 48-hour ticking, that notes go with. However, I'm learning to, do things ahead of time, because again, like we said, we don't know what the next minute brings. We don't know what the next hour brings. It's not promised. So I break it down into smaller pieces. And what are those smaller pieces? Smaller objectives, right? So take for instance, I said I was going to cook. I was going to cook 3 meals tomorrow. Give or take, tomorrow I have to make 3 meals. One of the things that I do is, first of all, I sit down and I draw a plan. How do I intend to accomplish these? Because planning ahead is key to procrastination. Planning ahead is the first step. Because what you will do is, when you plan, you are able to break things down into pieces and set time frames for accomplishment. And if you're like me, who believes in time frames and deadlines and things, you would have accomplished everything within that time frame, so that the bigger goal is accomplished as well. So one of the things I do is I plan ahead of time. And I make a concrete plan of those smaller pieces. What do I need? So the first step in my planning is I will check to see what is needed for all that cooking. And before you check to see what is needed, you make a list, right? And then you write a list. Then you look through to see what is needed. Now that I know what is needed or what I don't have, I know that I'm also making time to go to the store and purchase. What store am I going to? And I'm making a list of what I intend to buy in the store. Because if you leave it up to me, I will go to the store and buy what I did not plan to buy and forget the things that were necessary. Then I'll end up making a second trip to the store. So you make that list that you will carry with you. Secondly, you have thirdly, next, I've lost count, so we'll not count again, it will just be next. I have scheduled for the time when I'll go to the store and I'll get everything. Then I make a plan on how I'm going to cook. How do I prep my ingredients? When do I do all of that? Am I prepping the night before? Am I prepping in the morning? You do all your preparation and you put everything and you set the timer. Then the next, what am I cooking first? Or what am I cooking alongside each other? You write it down. You know it takes this length of time to do this. What time am I starting? What is my target? What time am I supposed to be done cooking? You set it down and you plan it out, and you put the timer, set the time limit. This is when I'm supposed to be done. So I'm going to do this at this time. From this time to this time, this is what I'm going to be doing. And you leave room for uncertainties. Okay? You always leave room for uncertainties. All right. So that when now it's time to implement, you're looking at your time frame. You're looking at your planner. You're looking at those things that you have to do, and you're accomplishing and checking off. And you realize that you would have done that within the time frame that you set. And you're not procrastinating. And the work doesn't look as big as it looked when you just, I'm going to cook 3 meals. It just looks like something bogus you're going to do. But when you break it down into smaller portions, smaller pieces, and you do them one step after the other, it becomes easier. And you spread it out. It's not as overwhelming as it looked. It's not as hectic as it seemed looking at the bigger picture. So those are some ways I set small, attainable, achievable objectives that I can manage. I break it down into those objectives, and then it's easier for me to accomplish, right? Another thing that helps me is putting it before God. God says what? Tell him your plans, and he will help you accomplish it. The Bible even says what? Write down your vision, make it plain so that you can run with it. So what I do is, remember I said it, I make a plan, I write it down. And then I table it before God. This is my plan. This is what I intend to do. Again, man proposes, God disposes, right? So you may think that you're on the right path or you've done it all. But when you table it before God, he makes it easier. He makes it better. He gives you even a better option. Sometimes he approves it. He makes it easier. Sometimes he will give you other ideas like, oh no, I know you put this before this, but maybe you should do this before this. Or maybe he'll tell you, because he sees the end from the beginning. He can tell you this time you put to go to the store is not the perfect time, because he knows already that there might be an accident on the road, or there may be a roadblock somewhere. So he will probably nudge you in your spirit to change that time when you put to go to the store. Some things like that. God will help you accomplish your plan in record time and in a better way. So if you are struggling with procrastination, just like I am, reach out to me. Listen, I may not be your best procrastination or non-procrastination or living in the moment coach, okay? But see, I have the people that are great at it, that I can link you up with them, and they will hold your hand, just like they're holding my own hand. Because now, in my head, I'm hearing Lorella's voice. Every day, you have to do this video. Every time I want to procrastinate, her voice is in my head, telling me what I need to do. And then I have my brother, who I have promised I'm going to be on top of this. His voice is on the other side of my head. I'm just waiting to hear him. So I have those people, or I know those people that I can link you up with to hold your hand and help you come up with plans. My sister Lorella is great at planning ahead, doing vision boards, and I've given you very teeny examples, very minute. This thing goes a long way in the bigger scheme of things that we do in life. Your projects, your career, your future ambitions, your life achievements and plans, your trajectory, everything. Procrastination can honestly hinder all of that. So this is a very serious thing. Again, if you're struggling with it, reach out to me. I will link you up to the right people. I will connect you to the right sources that will match your needs and will hold your hand and help you, coach you. Hell, the little I have learned, I will also give you pointers, and I will be there every step of the way to support you, even with the people or person that I link you up with. So feel free to reach out to me. My prayer is that God gives us the grace to learn and understand how to live in the moment, how to accomplish in the moment, and how to celebrate our victories in the moment so that we can be better and greater at our goals and our purpose in life. God bless you all, and I promise to see you again really soon. Ciao.